Hi, I'm Sandra Hawkins, and in this demo I want to show you how to trap errors when you're reading in from the console. So I have some code written up here already just to speed things up a little bit. So I have a method here called display menu and get user choice. That's called from main. I have made this method static so that it can be called directly from main and I don't have to instantiate the class that it's in. So that's just speeding things up a little bit. I've created an instance of the scanner class. I've specified here scanner.useDelimiter /or/n. That's just to get rid of errors that can be caused because I'm going to type in a string instead of a number and it doesn't quite read in properly. So I have to put in there useDelimiter. So basically read to the end of the line and then accept in any input. A solution to all of this would be just to use a graphical user interface, but just in case you're asked to do this kind of thing for an assignment. Okay, so I have here display a menu to the user. So I have enter 1, enter 2 to do whatever, enter 3 to do whatever. So the idea of this is that you present a menu to the user, you have to read in their choice. So to do that, I'm going to have here a prompt for the user then. So syso, system out. Please enter your choice. And then if you want, you can take off the ln there for print, so it just won't print a new line there at the end. And now to read in, so I'm going to store the user's answer in a variable called choice. And it's going to be using the scanner object that I've declared on line 14, scanner.nextInt. So that will read in an int from the console, and then after this I'm going to put a printout here, and you entered, just to see that it worked okay. You entered and concatenate on there the variable choice. Okay, so just to run that first of all, make sure that that's okay. Enter 1 to do whatever, 2, 3. Enter your choice, so 3. You entered 3. I'm going to run it one more time. And if I type in a letter, it's going to basically throw an exception, kind of crash out, because it can't deal with the letter that's entered. So what it does is it throws an exception, and the exception is called input mismatch exception. Now, I'm just going to show you, flick across to the Java API. I have on the top here, I've scrolled down until I get to the Java util package, and underneath I've scrolled down until I get to the scanner class. And here's the scanner class on the right hand side. So what I'm doing here, you get a lot of information in each class about how to correctly use it. Then underneath you'll get any constructors, so I'll be covering those later in my videos on object orientation. Then any methods. Okay, scroll down. I'm looking for nextInt. So when I click on this, it's just going to go down lower and give more information about that method. So nextInt, it scans the next token of the input as an int. However, throws, if there's an issue, it will throw an input mismatch exception if the next token basically isn't an int. So what I need to do in my code, around the lines, it's this line here that's causing the problem. So around that, I need to type in try and open round brackets. So what I'm saying is try the following line of code. So just going to move these up in here. Try the following line of code. Try to read in the next token as an int. If there's an issue, it'll go to the curly bracket here and catch and input mismatch exception. I'm using control space here. What that will do is it will pop in an import statement because that exception is not in the lang package and therefore an import is required. I'm just going to close that console to get more room. So input mismatch exception. Now this is kind of like the signature of a method. You put your data type followed by a variable name. So traditionally for catching an exception it's just E. So what you can do inside these curly brackets is you can print out the stack trace, which is all that red that we saw a minute ago in the console, or you can print out the message that was sent out with that exception. I'm not going to do either of those at the minute, just going to keep it simple. So I'm saying try read in from the console. If there's an issue, like the user doesn't type in an int, it's going to jump down to this catch block. And when I'm down here, I'm just going to print out, you can type in sys-o or s-out there, print out an error occurred, and then please enter a whole number. And now what I need to do is use the scanner object there to read in again. So scanner.next int. And what I need to do is I need to assign that to a variable. So my variable is called choice equals. Now it's a little problem here. So what we have here, choice I've declared inside, it's now moved inside the curly brackets of the try, but when you declare a variable inside curly brackets, it can't be seen outside it. So what I need to do is move that declaration outside of the try, and then it will be seen in the catch as well. So int choice, and then take out the double declaration here, so take out that int data type there. Now I could assign this a default value of 0, but the try will definitely happen. It will get assigned a variable. It will be assigned a value, so that's okay. But if you want to be on the safe side, local variables must be assigned before they can be used. You can just say equals 0 there. So now let me try this out again. Run, so firstly a valid choice to run my program. That works okay. Again, and this time I'm not going to enter an int as what I'm supposed to do. I'm entering in a letter D. An error occurred. Please enter a whole number. Now there's one thing that I forgot to add in here, just it's kind of a little fix. So where I've printed out an error occurred, please enter a whole number, what I need to do here is the scanner is kind of stuck with that error. So what I need to do is write in there scanner.next. So that just reads in the next token or the new line that's needed, and then on to the next int. So that's just a little fix. As I said, it's better to be using a GUI for this, but if you're a bit asked to do this for an assignment, I have a few little things here. Now, please enter your choice, so enter the letter. An error occurred. Please enter a whole number. So here, type in a number this time, so say 5. And now my program stopped because I haven't actually done anything with that choice that was entered there. Okay, so that shows with the next int or next double or next, it can cause an exception to be thrown. So what you need is to put a try catch around your code that might cause the problem. Looking at the API, I can see that it throws an input mismatch exception. What I need to do is catch that, and that's where I can give an error message to the user and do some action. So in that case, I'm reading in again. Now, what I want to do, you'll see it in the next video, is I want to put a loop around this so that it will go again. So at this stage, the user enters in an invalid choice. It'll prompt them again, but it's not ideal. I need a loop, so I'm going to put in a more advanced loop there just to make that go again. So please look at my next video for that.